once we focus on ourselves, once we learn about who we are, what we are, and why we are what we are, then we learn if we were, because most of us are wounded. Like, most of us are wounded, whether we admit it or not. Most of us are wounded because of the society we are born in, the experiences we go through, and not knowing or not having guidance in order to maneuver through it naturally. We don't know these things. The foods that we eat, the chemicals that we drink, and it's all genetically modified stuff. We are wounded physically, we are wounded spiritually, we are wounded mentally. And we need to heal these wounds. You have to follow, you have to develop an intuition, you have to have an imagination, and you have to have intelligence enough to know the difference between intuition and these other programs that are just programmed around us. And this is why, for me personally, I have given up watching television. I can't emphasize that enough, that these programs, whether it's commercials or whatever, they make us do things. We go ahead and tell our kids that the Santa bought stuff for us, where you spend hours and hours working for your money. Then you tell your children that Santa bought those gifts for them. And your kids will believe that it's Santa up until you disappoint them and tell them that Santa doesn't exist. But you've wasted almost 10, whatever how many years it takes, of their life telling them it was Santa before that time that they developed that idea of Santa instead of you. You've lost them forever. They can never respect you. They can never see you for who you are, because they see you as a liar. They look at you. That's where they learn how to lie. Most children learn how to lie from their parents, who tell them things like, oh, no, that was not me, that was Santa Claus. Once we grow up and realize, it doesn't make any sense. But when we're children, we believe it. We believe in Jesus, we believe in Muhammad, we believe in Buddha, we believe in Moses, we believe on all these stories. But it's not presented to us as it was meant to, metaphysically, as a culture of people. Whichever way, it was never meant to be taken literally. The Bible will tell you that in its verses. Most other books will tell you too. But we take it literally, and it doesn't make any sense. We have to learn to be humans again, and be whole again, and think again, use our heads again. I believe that once we get to this level, then we develop this sense of awareness that is almost automatic, the same way those programs were. Now we have automatic programs that we ourselves put in there to have a joyful life, to have a knowledgeable life, to have wisdom and understanding, that we are here not just to struggle. Yes, most part in our early years we're gonna struggle because we have to learn and understand the ways of the world. But I believe that overall, by the time we're 30, 40, we should have an idea of what the world is about, that we should then take on and thrive. And if we lived in an ideal society, a better society, where people would be teaching us this knowledge at early age, where we learn of our solar system and understand what the zodiacs mean, understand the numerology, understand the astrology, and understand how the stars affect us, how the planets, all the 9 of them in our solar system affect us. Like, if we could learn all these things at an early age, then maybe it wouldn't take us until we're 30. Maybe it would take us until we're 7 years old, 14, 21, who knows? But by the end of it all, I believe that we're meant to thrive here. Because if you could see the world for what it was meant, or what it is meant to be, it is supposed to be a community, a place for us to enjoy, to learn, to just have these experiences that you can't find anywhere else, at least in our solar system as we know of. So this is the place that if you are, or if you think you're more than just a physical body, this is the place you want to be. Because this gives you the experience of being in the physical. We're being taught that somebody's coming to save us, that Jesus, Muhammad, Moses, Buddha, that somebody's coming for us. We forget that we are that which we wait for. Our mind is that Christ consciousness that many of us when you say that, they actually just feel like, whoa, you can't speak that, you can't speak that, Jesus, Jesus. So remember, Jesus and Christ is two different things. Jesus was an individual. Christ is a consciousness. So when we say Jesus the Christ, we're talking about something that is separate from that individual, that other people had acquired that title. It is a title that is not just belonging to one individual. So that meaning, if he had it, he was not the only one who had it. Man, come on, people built pyramids before his time. How did they do it? Jesus was not there when they did it. They did these things. So understanding that we have the ability to reach certain awareness and certain levels of success and development, but we have to start somewhere. But we must, because we are stuck in these places. We are either depressed and we are afraid, or we are lost and stuck in these areas of inferiority complex. We think the other people have it better. We think if we go to America, we'll get a better life. We think if we go to Europe, we'll have a better life. We don't understand that what we have is exactly what we need. We just need to learn how to use what we have, and we'll be just as successful anywhere in the world. As I realized what it is that I was meant to do, so I started taking these pieces, looking at my life journey, looking at where I ended up, and I realized that really all these things were meant to be, that I was meant to come here and share my story to help people. Not just the people, survivors of genocide, but people who survive wars, whatever wars they are. Wars against the anxieties within. All these things I went through. Because I was confused, I was lost. I didn't know what I needed. I just lost myself. For a very long time I didn't know. And then by the time I turned 30, everything just opened up. I was like, okay, now here we go. I'm ready to go. So I had left my home for a very long time, my soul for a very long time, but it was there, always waiting for me to come back and reclaim it, and I did. And I can't tell you how fulfilling that feels, just when you find yourself again and know what you are about, know your purpose, your calling in life, and just go ahead and live it. I believe that we are all meant to thrive and not just survive. And I believe that. I believe that these struggles, these challenges, these hard, difficult moments in our life are meant to be teaching moments, and we must welcome it. We must bring it in and say, let's go, instead of fearing and running away from it, because they're going to be here. The challenges are going to be here. We need to take them on, but we need to take them on with a different spirit. We need to welcome them. We need to know that they're here because we need them, not because we were dealt bad cards and all that stuff. We need to know this thing. Individually, we must face these fears. We must face these elements, and we must take them on. We must learn how they function, and then we can join the rest of society, the one at least that is aware and conscious of who they are, and try to make differences in the world. Create again, become creative again, build our own empires, make our own decisions, and have our own communities, and not depend on other people. Once you have unconditional love and integrity, then you have to believe in yourself. Once you believe in yourself so much that nothing can get in your way.